Jack is stuck in TikTok.
He's stuck in TikTok.
Well, it's
All right.
in YouTube. So everybody's texting me. They're like, how do I watch this? How do I watch this? And I'm
Well,
like,
Instagram is just going on now because Instagram always takes a second to like pop on. So it's live on my Instagram right now.
okay.
I
Is
see a couple people just popped on.
I'm gonna see if check if it's on. Mine should be on.
Yeah, I see New Blood saying we're live.
Is it on YouTube?
It is. Yep.
Okay, because people are like, where do I watch this? And I'm like, well, I think okay.
Oh, I see Jack.
We're live. Here we go. Hey, Jack, you made it.
I made it.
Holy
Sorry about that.
No,
It was a time and a half.
Oh, sorry.
We got it.
We did it. Yes.
Somebody just said, I thought you were on at noon. And I'm so sorry. We would have been, except we are technically challenged.
Yeah,
it was just time.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the overlay on here so everyone can see comments. Yeah, we were just kind of, I don't know, things were happening all around. But you know what? We're on, and that's freaking fantastic. I'm so excited.
We're here.
We did it.
Yay! We did it.
So hello. How is everyone doing today? Besides, got our blood pumping, got everything moving along here. So we're all very awake now, I'm sure.
We're in
working on it.
Well, yeah, we're in Kickstarter hell.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand that so completely well. Yes, you guys can do this. Yes. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name's Jen Sankey, Stardust Wanderer Tarot. And we have a Vampire Jack here, and we have Fen from New Blood TV, which is live on Kickstarter now. So if you haven't supported this fantastic project, get over there because there's only a couple days left. Like, we don't have time for this BS. Like, just go support it already.
Yes.
Please.
Do it. All right. So, Fen, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll move over to Jack.
So my name is Fen Alankush, and I am an eclectic witch and host of Follow the Woo podcast. I met Jen on my podcast, which was like years ago now.
I know, it's forever ago.
And I am also a filmmaker and working on 2 docuseries. Not 1, 2. One is an episodic show where we go and investigate places, and we do it from like a more feminist, gentle perspective. Somebody just said we're at 43,053. Then the other show is like a deep dive docuseries that's long form, and we go into like, really we start with like vampirism and like real vampirism, not like fictional. I mean, it is a documentary, and a bunch of witches and vampires and other kin go to a haunted house and stay there for a long ass time and see what the fuck happens. And then, we just follow synchronicities, and now it's taken like all these weird side, paths. So yeah.
That's amazing. I love that.
Jack, yeah, it's really weird.
You.
Hello. First of all, it is wonderful to meet you.
Yes,
I'm very glad to be here. Thank you for having me. I am the Vampire Jack Townsend. I am the Fang Fam internet community lead and creator. I am a vampire actor on my web series on TikTok and over the interwebs. I am a best-selling poetry author. I am an independent filmmaker as well. A musician. I like to have my hands and fingers and everything, Yeah. And I am also a real life living vampire.
Very good. Very good. So, which is really cool because I'm a vampire witch. So I am totally.
What? Tell me that.
I don't know. I don't running around yelling. Just like, this is what I do. So I was actually very, excited to meet you. And I love your TikTok's awesome. And your girlfriend is absolutely adorable.
Is this because of the cupcake?
Oh, and so like, bye, Jen. It's just like, And yeah, so I'm just saying, she comes out sometimes, and I was like, yes, yep. And she legit looks like she belongs on a romance cover.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Absolutely. Like, right? It's just so true. So yeah, so why don't you guys tell me, like, how has the process of the Kickstarter going? How has this been for you? Like, because a lot of people don't understand what actually happens when you are running a Kickstarter. So you guys have been on everything. You have been promoting, you have been all the things. So why don't you guys, like, kind of tell us about that, so people understand, so they know that they need to help support you?
Yeah. Okay, so first of all, well, Jen, Kickstarter is like a vortex when you do a campaign, and you just said it like great before the live, like it's Kickstarter hell, because it's like this gauntlet where you're basically creating an entire fan base, and like you're getting mega exposure while also running like a multi-level marketing campaign, which is fucking crazy. Can we swear?
Yes. Oh yeah. We're good.
And so we've been on like lives on YouTube, lives on TikTok, lives on everything. And then we're also like, working with brands and all of these people. And it's because we didn't want to go to the network. So I was working in LA, and I was like, we could totally pitch this to a production company. I was working with a producer who was like, dude, I have this pitch package that just got me a show greenlit. I already have a connection. We were good friends. And I was like, done, let's do it. Although I had been working for like the big LA corporate shit, and I was like, this is not the vibe. I kind of like already knew. And when I talked to Michelle Belanger, who is a vampire that many of you probably know, and psychic, and also has been on a gajillion paranormal TV shows, like all of them, has been in the scene forever. And we talked for like a long ass time on the podcast, and they were just like, I want to do this with you. My fan base has been like waiting for this for years, but I can't go through the networks. And so I was like, well, we can do that, but it's going to be hard because we're going to have to raise all that money. So yeah, we've already put, more than 20K of our own money into it. It's just like, it costs money to do this, like right. It's just a lot. So we are at like 43,000 ish, and we need to get to 66,000. So yeah, help us make it happen.
Make it happen. And so, Jack, how did you get started? Like, how did you start on, you have a great TikTok following, and how did that all start for you? Tell us your story.
Ooh, tell you my story.
Yes, back 200 years at least.
300,
okay.
Give or take. No, I got started on TikTok. I had this story in my head for a really long time. I had, the vampire Jack Townsend, and, his world and his traumas and his, trials, tribulations, victories, and failings. And I would watch TikTok, and I'd be like, this is such an amazing platform. It is so cool. And so many people are not utilizing in the way for storytelling. Why isn't anyone using this for storytelling? It's perfect. You have a movie screen right on your hand. Like, why aren't you doing more acting? I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on TikTok, and I'm going to put my stuff out there. And if people don't like it, that's fine. It's for me. It'll be for me. Right. I'll enjoy it. I'll watch my own stuff. And I was extremely surprised when people really started to kind of gravitate towards it, and were very intrigued, very interested. And eventually a community started to rise from that, which was amazing. I never expected it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And, I floated around the idea of, what am I going to call this? The Fang Fam. That makes sense. Fangs, family. Why not? It started very small, and eventually people started to cosplay as some of the characters and create their own characters.
Oh, that's awesome.
From it. And I was like, wait, what is going on? This is so cool. Okay, let's go with this. This is great. It's amazing because you get to see a lot of other people get to put their creative spin. They get to make their own characters. I was like, all right, let's make this like a role-playing thing. This sounds great. You make your own character, you enter the story. It's wonderful. eventually a lot of people started to gravitate not only just for like the thirst traps and the storyline and stuff, but also because of what I stand for, which is self-expression. You know, being yourself, being authentically you, no matter what, no matter where you are, who you are, what you do, where your walk of life comes from, just
Yeah.
being authentically yourself. And I started to realize that a lot of people were just like me. They were very much trying to be just themselves, you know, as much as they can be. And eventually the community just blew. It just became this gigantic, gigantic monster. And I got the courage to, you know, talk about something that a lot of people didn't know, but a lot of people speculated, which the question I would get in my live streams all the time, every single time I go live and do my thing, are you a living vampire? Are you one of these, you know, people that are that way? And I got the courage from said, you know, lovely cupcake girlfriend
Yes.
who I had told in the most awkward way imaginable of what this was and what this entailed. And I went on a live stream and I went, yeah, yeah, I am. I'm a real life living vampire. And immediately, you know, blah, 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 everybody started
Right.
to just like launch themselves at the screen. And to now it has become this amazing thing that I get to, you know, be a part of, which I haven't said yet, be a part of New Blood season 2, which is a dream come true to work with Fen and to be a part of this amazing, amazing thing that Michelle and Fen have been creating. And I am humbled beyond words, beyond words. And it is, I feel it is so important. It is such an important thing that they are doing that I'm 100% behind it. And my community is beyond stoked and so in love.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And it's, you know, and I've known Fen for a while and I saw that she was doing this project and we chat back and forth. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what can I do to make this work for you? Because, you know, Fen is amazing human. I don't know Michelle just yet. But I hopefully I will get to know her soon. And I love that they brought you on and I love, you know, just your take on it and your take on just everybody, you know, expressing themselves the way that they want. And it just really does tie into the shows as well. And just everybody just being themselves, just doing this thing that anyone can do it. And, you know, it's also too, I think Jack too is the awareness just of vampire culture, what it is, all of that, because like everything else, like me being a witch or me being this or being that, the movies, like, although fun, you know, it really it's very confusing for people too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I think too, it's, you know, people don't realize, you know, it's really just the energy of it all. And it's energy, you know, and if we can make the communities better and the energy of the communities and the understanding, I think it just makes us all successful. I think it's great for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think something that's happening already with just doing the Kickstarter is the vibe that we like cultivated on screen for season 2 is like expanding into now like our Discord channel is just like popping off. And there's other kin in there and there's vampires and witches and there's all different folks that I identify all different ways. And I think that's the new wave of paranormal TV, in my opinion. I hope it is. I'm going to fight for it. I am actively fighting for it.
Right.
Like, I'm tired of the same shit on TV. Like, what happens when you actually investigate the paranormal is shit that you cannot, like, put in a little network box. It's weird, and it gets weird, and it's like a web. And so we don't want to cut any of that shit out. We want to have it. We want to be honest about what we're experiencing and show all the, you know, juicy, embarrassing sometimes parts of it.
Yes.
So, yeah. So
well, and it makes you like it shows that you're human and you are doing something. You're trying to connect with, again, a different type of energy. And you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and that's okay. And I think, you know, also with the you know, like the stuff you see on regular TV, it's very like disjointed. Like it doesn't really flow because like you said, it's been so chopped up. So
they cut everything out.
you're like, what's going on here? And, you know, just the inclusion part of it as well, because what, you know, TV and all that think what we want to see isn't necessarily it. You know, we want to see people that are like all of us, like that all are from all these different, you know, walks of life as well. And I think also bringing in somebody who's a vampire or somebody who, you know, identifies as fae, that knowledge that they have can really help kind of move things along. Like if you're working with fae energy, say, and you're at a house that's just surrounded by woods, or it just has that vibe to it, and you bring somebody in who knows how to work with those, you know, work with them, then you're just going to have a better show. And even if you don't happen to see anything, you're going to still learn something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Michelle talks about this a lot, like, and has been talking about it on lives. And it's just that they've been on so many network shows that they know for like direct experience that when something happens that isn't in like a ghost box, they're like, cut it. The audience won't understand that. But it's like, that could be the most, and usually is the most interesting thing that happened on set. But it's like, deuces, like we don't have time for that. And I think we just like, we want to make sure that like we're including every kind of entity that you can come in contact with, because the truth is humans don't know shit. We don't know shit.
No.
Like
no.
like the further down the rabbit hole you go, you don't get more answers, you get more questions. And that's why I love it, because I never get bored. And I feel like that's why we all do, the three of us, that's why we all do what we do.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, no, it's just diving into all of that too. So Jack, what is your role in season 2? Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know we can't do a lot, probably, but just a little something.
I don't know how much I'm allowed to say.
Not much.
Not much.
Okay. Here's what I can say. So on my channel and in my streams, there are always a lot of questions. There are a lot of things that I will answer and give base answers to, et cetera, because my philosophy is always, there's no such thing as a stupid question. I'll be asked the same things literally during a night, probably about 40 to 50 times. And I'll answer them every time because, you know, I understand that people are curious and inquisitive and a little bit confused.
Right.
But there are also those questions that are a little too close to the chest, that are a little too much, that maybe I don't want to go into or divulge because maybe they are a little confusing, that are a little less believable.
Right.
So I guess what I can say is that my role will be maybe, just maybe, some of those questions that people have been asking me, such as apple juice. Maybe there will be some answers.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be discussing apple juice more in season 2. If we know.
I am so now I'm gonna have to find out what this is about. Oh my god, yeah, no, that's so cool. So, you know what, Jack? Why don't you explain what a vampire is, a lifestyle is? Because I do feel that a lot of people don't fully understand what it is. But like, what, you know, how does that tie into your everyday?
Yeah, like 2 things, Jack. How you did your TikTok.
The 2 things. Yeah, yeah. I did a great TikTok on where when I did the takeover, the takeover of the New Blood TV, which was so much fun. But I did a TikTok where it was mundane, or you know, day side, whatever you want to call it, Jack, and more heightened, truer self, night side Jack, which was also which is also the actual fictional character that I use.
Right.
Kind of explaining the differences between a fictional vampire or a storyland, fantasyland vampire, and a real living vampire. At its base, the way that I like to explain it, which is as simplified as possible, is a real life living vampire, in my opinion, is somebody who benefits and requires and/or external pranic vital energies, life force, in order to feel whole. There are a lot of different things that go into that. There are a lot of different nuances, etc. But that, at its base, in my opinion, that is what it is. The day-to-day, to be completely honest with you, the day-to-day isn't very different for a lot of us. It can be very similar. You know, people always expect, oh, well, vampire, you're walking around, you have the flowing cape, and you know, you're hunting at night and
Yeah.
through the alleyways and through the forest. And the truth of the matter is, it's just like, okay, my night might consist of that. For me, it's a little different because I'm a content creator. So my night is getting into full costume, acting as some of my characters, or usually shirtless, et cetera, whatever is going on. But outside of that, you know, outside of the usual things, video games, food, you know, going to the movies, etc., there are those times where I know I'm eventually going to be tapped, where I'm going to need to take consensual. By the way, consent is key. We all know that. Consensual energies.
Across the board.
Exactly.
Yes.
I say all the time, consent for everything. There is
Yes.
never an excuse. But I am given consensual energy from my donor, who is my lovely, incredible cupcake of a girlfriend, Shane. And I know that is going to entail a lot of, you know, energy work, a lot of a very specific type, very vampiric flavor of energy work. My nights might also consist of ritual work, depending on, you know, if I have something in my mind or there's something I could use certain help with. Maybe, you know, because I am also polytheistic, I do work with a certain amount of deities, et cetera, et cetera. So I do some magic, et cetera. But as far as vampirically, that is where it really does differ. There might be also some things happening psychically. There might be some things happening spiritually. Maybe, you know, my lovely house ghost or two is popping their head up, et cetera, et cetera. But other than that, it really is very common.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not so different.
Yeah.
I want to know, Jack, that was so well said. Do you have that answer in the bag, really?
It's been a long time.
That was good. That was good.
You can tell you've answered it like 4,500.
Right, exactly. No, that's awesome. And that's what I knew, like, I knew what he was to say, and I was waiting for him to say night, you know, day side. And I'm like, yes. Okay, you hit everything I wanted you to hit. We're good. You did good, Jack.
What, you know, Jen, I wanted to ask you, because you said you're a vampire witch, which I feel like is like, I'm so excited to talk about that. Like, I want to hear about that from you, because I know that has actually popped up in conversation in season 1 of New Blood.
So for me, you know, like I said, everything is like what Jack, even piggyback with Jack saying, the energy, tapping into the currents, that whole thing, and working with energy. And for me, it's also just combining kind of my witch practice into it. So using that energy for spell work, and again, consensual energy, of course. And also just really kind of focusing. I do like a lot of ritual. I do a lot of spell work. Work with a lot of deities as well. And for me, it's just kind of using all of the, and even herbal, you know, do a lot of herbal stuff. And there are a lot of, you know, like poisonous herbs that we can use for different spell work, for different tinctures, for different things that you can, you know, for different workings that you're doing. I do a lot of candle magic. So for me, it's just really taking kind of both parts and combining it, and kind of creating my own, you know, outlook on it and how I work with it. But I make sure I'm kind of tapping into both, and again, combining that energy to, you know, kind of do my thing.
Well, so I already wanted to say that, you know, before we got on here, that we want to use your tarot deck that you just kickstarted successfully, by the way, on the season 2, if you're open to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and then now that this is happening, and I'm like, I would love to also talk to you about, you know, coming on and being on the show and talking more about, like, you know, the role or the practices of like a vampire witch. And even just, I love him. I mean, you're just a lovely person. So it'll be great.
Thank you. No, absolutely. I'm all about it. I absolutely love it. I love all of it. So I'm here for it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, definitely. And I you know, and that's why too that I think this project is just so important, because it's also, I feel like, giving, bringing out all these people who kind of feel like maybe I'm into this or maybe I'm into that. And even like with a lot of Jack's all his TikToks and whatever, some of them are freaking hilarious. I went on a dive the other day. I had so much fun. But even in like the comedy of it all, like you're still you're like teaching, and you're showing people like, okay, well, this is what it is. Yeah, we can still have fun. It's not all serious black, cloaks and blood everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I love that, and I love that about your content is that you definitely, and you're not afraid to have fun, because a lot of the times, even people in our community too, they're so freaking serious about everything, and that kind of keeps people away as well.
Yeah.
It definitely does.
It's true. I think that it is so important with what we do, and spiritual beliefs, et cetera, that you don't take yourself too seriously. You can find the fun in it. Like, yeah, you can absolutely have my more dramatic videos where it's storyline stuff and yada yada yada, and they're Jackson on the floor crying blood tears and screaming into the air. But then you have a video of me in cat ears, like, which is fun. It's so important. It's so important in life in general, to just find the fun, to not take everything so seriously. It is
right. No, it's just important, and I think that it just makes it more accessible to other, to everybody as well. And just like we're talking about, in the shows, like, yeah, sometimes like embarrassing stuff happens, and and there's things don't work out the way, but that's okay, because you know what, we're all human. And that also, sometimes when these shows are just so structured, and like I said, they're kind of like not flowing or whatever, and I honestly will lose interest. I just get bored. I'm just like, okay. And I was telling Fen before I came on, we recently bought a tavern from 1715 that is all original. The floors, like 300 years old, 200 years, I don't even know, like old as fuck. And so it's everything's original. It's protected by the Historic Society. And at this point, I've counted 9 spirits in the house.
Wow.
So, it's supposedly part of the Underground Railroad. The basement, the energy in the basement is like, whoa, it's dirt, dirt floor, the whole bit. And it's been, so interesting, living there. We're kind of like in between. I live in New York, and then this house is in Massachusetts, and we're just kind of, fixing up a little bit. But I've definitely connected. And it's like all the time. And since it was an old tavern, and this tavern also, so when the taverns back when, they had these little tavern balls hanging outside the doors, which would tell you what type of people were there. Oh. So of course the one I find is one that was a little unsavory. So the bar is there, like when you walk in the front door, the bar is like over here, and then there's like a wall here. But there's a piece of wood that comes out. So in case the law was coming, the barkeep would be like, they can go down in the basement, go out the window, and it's on a lake and with a river, and then they can run down and like peace out. So, I know a couple people have died in the house. Yeah, so even just with having the show, I was like, oh my god, you guys I have to tell you at my house. So it's it's really awesome. So I kind of live it all the time when I'm there.
Yeah, well, so now, like, there's no contracts here, I know, but like, can we just come season 2 Inhuman Beings to your tavern?
Yes, I definitely, yeah, you guys have to come hang out for sure, because it's and and my son's dog, we were there one night and we were doing the spirit box, and it's just like a chintzy one. It's not like a nice fancy one like you guys have, but I was getting just a lot in the tavern room, where was the main bar room, and then in the back is the ballrooms. So there's like 2 ballrooms, and it sounds like they're huge, but they're kind of regular size rooms, and there's a door in the middle, and the door actually swings up. And so it would open, and that's where they would have dances, and they would have meetings and all of that. So at night, every night, you know, like at the end of the night at the bar when everyone's like drunk singing, that's what I hear every single night. And so I am just like, listen, friends, you guys, you know, I'm totally cool with you doing your thing. I'm like, leave me alone in my bedroom, leave me alone in the bathroom, everything else, go ahead. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we have been just like inundated since we started the Kickstarter with people saying that they have awesome places that they want us to come. So, you know, part of what we're doing is not just like funding the post-production for season 1, but also pre-production for season 2. And Shane, the lovely cupcake, Vampire's girlfriend, has been like, you know, both Jack and Shane have been like so involved, and now like we're creating the storyboards based on synchronicities. We don't fake shit.
Right.
For season 2. And I mean, for both shows. And I think that's confusing for some people because they're like, wait, it's New Blood, but New Blood is one of the shows. We probably shouldn't have done that, but it's over now. So like New Blood is got its own deep dive. And then we've got all these places that we want to go and investigate. And it's just like, we could already right now fill probably like I'm not joking, like at least 20 seasons. That's how we have like a full Trello list of people just like, come here, come here, come here. Wow. So, I mean, help us. Damn it.
Yes, come on, people. Come on. We can do this.
Come on, guys. Come on.
Come on. Come on.
Help us right
Do
now.
it. Come on.
Oh, and I forgot. Oh my gosh, I forgot a huge thing.
What?
A whole huge thing I did.
Well, you must tell then.
What is it?
What is it? You're a part of it. So we have we're doing a contest today. This is like the first announcement of it. We have 5 days left to fund. Okay. And so we're doing a contest, and the contest is that basically you can just go to newblood.tv and click contest. That's the easiest way. We can put it in the chat somehow. But you go there and it gives you step-by-step. You pledge, show us your pledge, and then we will email you a referral link. And the person who gets the most people to pledge, because we can see based on that link, will win amazing prizes. There are 4. Yeah, there it is right there. It's in the chat. The grand prize, okay, listen up, Vampire Jack fans. You get a 15-minute one-on-one call with Jack.
What?
It includes a growl, maybe more than one growl. I don't know how he's feeling that day.
Wow.
Probably going to be more.
Just growls.
Maybe a lot more.
That's amazing.
On top of that, you'll get a 30-minute psychic reading with Beverly McChesney, who is in Inhuman Beings season 1. You will get an astrology reading by Carly Heath, who is on one of our lives, and she's our astrologer in the background for New Blood. And you'll get a oracle deck of cards from Michelle that Michelle created, Michelle Belanger. And you will also get a custom-made paranormal investigation device. I mean, come on.
Oof.
I want it.
I want all that stuff.
I do too. That's amazing. Oh my God.
Enters the contest.
So yes, enter that contest. We also have runners up, like 3 other like lower tiers, but they're still really good. You're still getting psychic readings. It's still good shit.
Yeah.
So go check it out and help us, because like the more people you get to pledge, the more money we make. I don't know.
Yeah.
You fund.
I think it works that way.
Yes, yes. Well, and the thing is, it's super easy, and really all they're asking you to do is share it. You already pledged, right? And you can up your pledge too if you feel like it. That is always an option. Remember that. You can always up your pledge. So I recommend you up your pledge a little bit, even $5. And then you can let them know. And, you're sharing, everybody's sharing shit all day long anyway. this is actually going to help someone. There are a whole bunch of someone's actually, and then you win stuff. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
You can't. And Jack, do you do private phone calls with your fans?
Do I do private phone calls? There is a very, very specific way to get that usually, and it's definitely not very usual. So this is definitely a very rare treat.
VIP.
For sure.
That's
so
awesome.
Also, Jen, you're the one who told us about these contests because you did contests for your Kickstarter, and everybody should know that Jen has been like in the background, like coaching us, and it's been so helpful. So thank you. Because you just ended your Kickstarter like the second we started ours, and I was like, Jen, what the fuck?
Right. I said that too. I'm like, welcome to the fuckery. Here's my advice. And this is, anything else. And, and like I said, I think you guys are all amazing. And, and really if we can't help other people and if we can't help promote other people, I'm really, really big on that. If you follow me, if you notice, I'm always promoting other people because again, if you take from the current, you have to give back to the current. So it is that exchange again. And and everybody's so different. And even if you're a reader, even if you're a psychic, we all do it so differently. And so there's enough to go around because whatever works for me might not work for you. So why not just put it out there? And whoever you vibe with, and I think that's just really important. And, and I think too, that really shows in, these shows that you are, you're all creating too. It's just like, you're not just doing like, here we are, we're the crew, or this is just Jack, and that's it. We don't care about anybody else. You know what I mean? You guys are just like, hey, this is what we're offering. And, tell us, what do you want? What do you need? What do you want to see? And I love that. And I love that, just that exchange as well. I think that's really awesome.
I think we're all so like that intrinsically. And that's what I love about our team is that we're all all intrinsically activist minded. We're all very much like big on consent. We're big on community and like interaction and making sure everybody feels seen and heard and that everybody is like, that everybody's comfortable on set. And we received 100 messages. I don't know what that means, but yay.
A lot of messages.
It just need a little
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff going on. It's amazing.
Yeah. So I think that, the other thing that's a huge problem in the paranormal TV space is that it's dominated by white, honestly, Republican men who are kind of pushy, and not all of them. I'm not all of them, but that is kind of a vibe. And we're not like, go ahead, do your dang thing. We're not saying delete that, eradicate that. We're just saying, what if we also had this? What if we also had another vibe?
Just creating options. We like that.
Let's diversify it a little bit.
Right. No, I love that. And I think it's important because some people just get very intimidated by some of this stuff going on. And, even for me, like I have people that are like, oh my God, how could you live there? How could you, and I'm like, oh, did you sage it? Did you? I'm like, no, hell no. Why would I do that? I don't want to do that, as long as everyone follows the rules, we're cool. I mean, it's totally fine. And, right now, Millie is a little girl who lives there, and she is she's very opinionated, and she likes to tell us all sorts of things. She likes to bug Jay in the middle of the night, which I told him, I was like, you have to put up your boundaries. Oh, I don't have to do that. I'm like, all right, you have a good time because I'm sleeping tonight, and guess what? You're not. And and that happened a few times. And then he's like, all right, and he's kind of like, he's kind of like baby witch. Like he's just like I've been doing this forever, and he's just kind of starting to learn how to like everything and how it works. And I drag him to all the vampire balls and events and all that stuff. So, and he's kind of just going right with it. So I give him credit for that. And, letting us buy a haunted house. So I can't complain. For sure. But one thing too, I did see a comment that scrolled by a little earlier, and I did want to just touch on that real quick. Somebody asked what will happen if we don't hit, I say we, like, I'm part of it, but hit the goal. So Kickstarter's all or nothing. Mm-hmm. So if you do not hit the goal, then you cannot extend it. That's it. It's just poof, gone. It disappears. So that's why it is so important to not wait till the last minute to get it going now, because everybody on their anxiety will thank you.
So much anxiety.
So I think a lot of people realize how that works. There are different crowdfunding platforms that you kind of just get what you get. But they're a little bit unstable. So, and most people know Kickstarter, but that is one thing. So if it doesn't fund, then that's it. Can you start another Kickstarter after that? You can. I think you got to wait a little bit of time, like a couple weeks or something, but you can start. But then that means you're starting that, this, like, the group will be starting from 1 again. And that's more anxiety. So if we could just go ahead and get this started and get this done, that would be amazing. And share your links. Yes. Really, really important. Yes. Really important.
Be vocal. Spread it all over social media, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Everywhere. If you're confused on how to do it, if you're looking at like, I don't understand this, then just send a message, send an email, all the information's on the website, on all the socials. So don't not do it because you are not sure about it. Ask questions. If you want to message me, you can absolutely message me. I'll explain it to you as well. So, we really just need to get this going. Like, we need to bring it home. So Kickstarter will send an email to all the people on the list 48 hours before, and then like 12 hours before. So, that's the last push. If you haven't done it, or, you don't remember where it is, if you just go on and you type in New Blood TV in the Kickstarter, it will pop right up. And, again, if you don't know where to find it, email someone. Like I said, if you can't find it, you can always message me. I'll give you the link. I don't care. I'm here to help. That's all I'm here to.
Jen, you're the best.
Because I know, it's one of those things that, we're a bunch of goldfish. So after our 30 seconds,
we forget.
There it goes. So you forget to do it. And I know that was something for mine that a lot of people, kind of waiting till the end. And then they're like, where's this? Where's that? I'm just like, I've only been yapping about it every day, a million times a day for a month. It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, we're expecting that. Somebody just said, if you build it, they will come.
They will come.
So help us build it.
We are building. We're in the process of building. We are now sweaty and mad. You need to help us.
Yes. I mean, also, like, I want to remind people, and I know I've said this for people who've been in multiple lives, but I have to say it again, because that's what they tell you on Kickstarter. They're like,
yep,
repeat yourself a bajillion times, which is that it does cost anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000 for your standard paranormal network TV show. Just an episode, one episode. And we are making 2 seasons, like season 1 for 2 shows, 1 episodic and 1 long form. That's like crazy town. Like, it seems like a lot of money, but it's actually not that much money. I mean, like, I've lived in LA. I know what it takes to make all these things happen. Right. It's no dollars. So really, like, even if 500 of you give $2, it's like you can give any amount. You could give $1 and every little bit counts. And if you don't have $1, you can just share the shit out of it. And maybe Jack will growl in your ear. Okay.
See?
Is that what you want?
Come on. It sounds like a fun time to me. I mean, I'm down. Sounds
like a fun time to me.
I mean, come on, guys. Come on.
I think it's perfect. I love it. I think that's an amazing idea. Totally. I think we need to do it. So, and you don't, even though it's been shared so much and all of that, like, again, you don't realize how much of the back end work also goes into this, as well. Like, the back end, there's so much happening, so many, little things. And I think it would be really awesome to just see where this is even going to go. Like, I can't wait to see where this goes and all of that as well. I think it's going to be super awesome.
Yeah, I think that what, we've been talking about, like in the back end, like the production team behind this is that, like, I just saw somebody needs to add, I think, we'll come back to that. Put a pin in it.
We're gonna pin that.
You have to prove yourself when you're doing self-production, the first run. And then, and that's just stupid. It's just like a way that the networks work and like how the whole system works, which I don't agree with. But once you prove yourself and establish yourself, you never know what's going to happen in season 2, season 3. Brands come forward, and networks can come forward, and you can actually like shoot out to multiple streaming services because of the amount of da 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 da. But that's how Hollywood works. You just have to prove to them that you know how to do it, that you can make a quality piece of a thing. And it just so happens that we can't make a quality piece of a thing or pieces of things without $66,000. I mean, there's just no way to do it. So, but Jack, they're wondering if you give a preview of the growl that they might get on a call if they win the contest.
Listen. Somebody, one of the community members brought up something I actually wanted to say too. So I've also been doing something during my live streams too. If we hit certain stretch goals, you get certain live streams.
Ah.
So I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this. So when we were doing the takeover, one of the I think it was 500. I think it was 500 to 510. We hit 500, and I said, okay, if we hit 500, I will wear a dress in the next live stream. Hit 500. So now I have to wear a dress. And I said, okay, by the end of the night, if we hit 510, Shane gets to do my makeup and put me fully in drag, full makeup.
Oh my God,
everything.
yes.
And I can do a live stream as my fabulous self. And by the end of the night, I had my community pinging me over and over and over. Yeah. We have 510. So this is happening. So yes, I will definitely be all week. I'm going to be doing those for certain stretch goals, and the things I'm going to come up with are going to be obscene. You don't.
I can't wait.
That is amazing.
And,
I'm so excited. Oh my God, I have to watch all of this. Like, this is amazing. I'm not even doing anything the rest of the week. I'm just totally involved in all this right now. Like, I'm in it. It's happening.
It's going to be a very interesting time. And as usual, somebody said, you said a preview, right? And, the magic word is usually, I believe in manners. I'm a very big, believer. And I saw the word please, so... Let's see.
This is gonna be great. Oh, it's so good. I want you to know that my friends are visiting from out of state, and we've all, like, their whole family, we've all for like the past couple of days been practicing our growls.
Oh my God.
And they pale in comparison to yours.
That is amazing. You need to freaking record that and post it. Like, you need to do it. Absolutely. Okay. Oh my God. Yes. No. Yeah. Yeah. No. I don't even have a word now because I love it.
What was a baby growl?
I know.
That was a little.
That was pretty little. Yeah.
No, because that's all they get until this next goal. So where are we now, Jack, with the goals? Like, what's next?
What's next? So I haven't decided just yet. Okay. But let's see. I'll have something. I'll definitely have something. I'm going to ask the community. I'm a huge believer in, communication, and what they want, I will commit to. So I will see what they think is a good idea, because I was the one that came up with the dress thing a little selfishly. So you're
dressing up as a mermaid then.
Yeah, exactly. That sounds like a fun idea. That's an idea. Come on. Merman.
Shells. The whole
thing.
Right? Yeah.
Actually, one of my community members got googly eyes for the sole reason of me doing a video with googly eyes and on my pecs and bouncing them, because
Yes, you got
So I'll make a deal. I'll say this. I will come up with the next goal, when I see the numbers for, like, with my own eyes, and I will say that the next one will probably be alive with googly eyes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my, yes.
Jack walking in heels. Mervamp Jack.
Mervamp Dad. Mervamp.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
yes, people can.
I love it.
Yes,
I love
people
it.
can pledge
Things are
outside of
cute.
the U.S. And also on that, we
Yeah.
did create, per your feedback and requests, 2 international tiers that have a lot of like digital assets that are similar to the other tiers that we have. They're like comparable to one of the main tiers, and because it is difficult to ship.
Yeah.
The shipping is a lot. So there, you can still do shipping. And I've said this to a lot of people too. Like if you want us to actually ship you something and it says like that country isn't there when you like go to that pledge or that tier, just email us or message us on Kickstarter and we will change it for you. Like we will literally put your country in there, figure out the shipping for you, and we'll do it. And we've done that for other people. So if there's something that you're like, that's not in here, don't worry. We literally will do like anything for our fans, pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's like Jack said, ask questions across everywhere. Ask if you don't know, if you don't understand something, you can message right on Kickstarter and ask the questions. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that.
Yeah. Well, and also,
I actually have somebody too asking about for the Discord link.
I was just gonna say that. It took it out of my mouth. So I'm hoping that someone pops in and just puts it in the chat in a second here. Read our minds.
I can type it in, but I don't like if somebody is, whenever.
Yeah. And somebody just said that Discord goes wild. So I feel like right now everybody's talking about the contest. Hopefully.
Yeah.
So yes, please join the Discord, and there you can talk to like literally everyone whenever we're available. You do have to like verify and make sure you follow the rules and everything and be nice and consensual and all those things.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a great space and it's growing really fast. So it's exciting to like meet all of you on there.
Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I don't know if I joined it yet. Like I'm kind of new to Discord. You know what it is? It comes honestly, it's like I'm on so many different platforms and then there's like another one and I'm just like, okay, all right, I could do this. So I have to get on there, but yeah, I definitely, if anyone can share that, or I'm going to also just share all the links of all the things when I repost this as well. So everything will be shared. So don't worry about that.
Yeah.
And I think, and I think too that it's just really important to, this also fosters a whole new community, like you said, we're kind of like meshing everybody together. And I think that's so awesome. And I think that's a really, a cool thing to do because we're all kind of along the lines of, the same things and we all understand and we know that, we have to be respectful of each other and we can ask questions and learn. And it's so important. And I think that's something that's so missing a lot because a lot of, there are a lot of communities too that out there that are not like, they don't want to hear your questions. If you're not like pro whatever, they don't want to talk to you. And again, that makes it just very like, it's lame. It's just lame. That's the only word I can find. That's really it. But so Jack, why don't you tell us where you can, where everyone can find you? We know obviously on TikTok, but all of those things.
Guys, where you can find me if you don't know. You can find me on Instagram, Vampire Jack Townsend, TikTok, The Vampire Jack Townsend, YouTube, The Vampire Jack Townsend, Twitter, The Vampire Jack Townsend, Patreon, and other. I use the same name for everything unless I make the mistake and I leave out the. Then usually it's The Vampire Jack Townsend. So you just look for me. You can find me on
just Google you, right? And you'll pop up.
Everywhere where everything is just The Vampire Jack Townsend, you will find me.
Fantastic. All right, Fen, give us the goods.
Somebody says, does New Blood touch on otherkin Therians? And we actually have in the Discord, we have 2 channels for each of those, I believe. I know we have otherkin. I'm not sure about Therians, but if we don't have Therians and you want it, just let the moderator know and we'll make it for you.
Mhm.
No, Discord is
No.
not just a gaming media. It's like a
Discord has completely changed. Discord is amazing, honestly, for community building and connecting with your audience, friends, etc. It really is. I swear by it. It has been a time.
Yeah, I mean, Jen, I'm new to it too. Like I don't get it, but I mean, I'm starting to get it.
Yeah.
Watching all of these conversations is incredible. But on the show, to that question from, I don't know who that was.
I think. Oh, Hades Adams.
Yeah, Hades. So we kind of do. I think that's something that you'll have to wait and see for season 2 because there's a bit of a cliffhanger that I can't tell you about. So
many goodies.
Yes. So I can't say anything. I can't give it away. So help us make season 1 happen.
Come on, guys. Come on. Share.
Share it.
Really, sharing is free. And sharing is caring.
You know, sharing is caring.
You know?
Just stand in the middle of your town and scream New Blood TV.
Absolutely. Like just
when they look at you like you're crazy, just don't
like hold up a sign, like the guy, like the people that hold up a sign for like the taxes that stand on the corner.
I have one better. How about one of those like spinner signs?
Yeah.
Oh, you just do like, it'll take you like 3 weeks of classes, but you'll get there. Come on.
Yeah, I think it's really just an thing to do. I think, everybody needs to do that. And, when we're, and we say sharing is caring, but also sharing is winning some cool freaking prizes. So there is that. There is also that. And if and if you can't pledge for whatever reason, I recommend that maybe drink tea that day and not buy that fancy coffee for $5 and just hand it over. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Exactly.
We got, possibly mermaid, vampires, and growling going on too. So, I mean, just saying.
It's a fun time.
It is a fun time.
And googly eyes.
Yeah, and googly eyes. Yeah.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so get paid in growls.
Oh, it is a full moon. That's right.
It's full moon in Capricorn. So that is like the Capricorn's like the CEO of the zodiac.
I'm a Capricorn.
Of course you are.
I know. Please give it to your friend Fen.
Yes, go ahead. Even if that's lighting a candle, you can light an orange candle for success. Mm-hmm. Or you could get an orange candle, cover it in blood, fake blood, and light it. You can do that too. There's so many things you can do. Roses. You can add roses. We can just do so many things. You can run around naked and scream, New Blood TV. If you do, please take video.
Please take video.
That is required. Thank you. So yeah, there's so many ways. Like, and we're all a bunch of magical people. So why not use that? Why not use that? So I will be doing something and I will post it. So anybody that sees it on my stuff, throw hearts at it, throw something to it and add your energy to it. And let's add some magic to this shit right now.
Oh yeah. I forgot to say, I keep forgetting the things because I'm staying up way too late and I'm in the Kickstarter vortex, but we are actually doing a community ritual tonight on Discord for the full moon and for this community and making the Kickstarter come to fruition. So if you want to join the Kickstarter and be a part of that, House Keperu will be leading that ritual, which is a real fucking treat. If you like that, I mean, it's going to be really awesome. And that is at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And you just go to newblood.tv. If you haven't joined the Discord, scroll down and it'll say join the community. Click that little button that says Discord. And yeah, I mean, you can already get in there and figure shit out and then do whatever you want for the ritual. Like Jen said, you don't have to do anything, or you could just sit there, or you can jazz it up if you want to.
Yeah. And I think we all should just be a little jazzy. It needs to happen. Well, thank you both so much for coming on. This was a lot of fun, and I know it's going to happen. I'm putting it out there into the universe. It's totally happening. And if you are not following New Blood TV or Vampire Jack Townsend, I suggest you do that pretty much right now. And then go and pledge and share your links and win cool shit. So that's about that. All right, guys, thank you all so much for hanging out. The replay will be up. And like I said, if you have questions about anything Kickstarter related or how to do it or what to do, or, you know, you can message them on Kickstarter. You can message me. I'll help you out the best I can. Just do it. Just do it. And let's get this going.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Come on.
Jen,
Come on.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. All right, guys. Everyone have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Jen.